What's up, everybody, man? It's your host with the most. Your boy Dub Q is in the building. I'd like to welcome you guys to the Black Cat Panther podcast. You see it. I'm here rocking it with the GOAT. GOAT. Holla at the people, man. What's happening?
Hey man, every time I get off the phone, we done made another move. We done made another move. You know what I'm saying? We done made another. We're not playing, man, out here in these streets, man. We're not playing. We're not playing.
Look, for certain, you guys see it right now. We just got Hayden Hurst this morning, but just now we have live breaking news for everybody. Miles Sanders from the Philadelphia Eagles, Pro Bowl Miles Sanders is now a Carolina Panther.
We done got a Pro Bowl running back, Q. Running back.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We just got through talking. Why haven't they signed Deontay Foreman? Why haven't they signed Deontay Foreman? Mm-hmm. Now we know, y'all. Now we motherfucking know.
Mm-hmm. But see, I told you that before. I said maybe they were a little hesitant in bringing him in here because they had their eyes on somebody else. And they were like, remember when Deuce was back on the podium about 2 or 3 weeks ago? And they asked about Deontay Foreman, and he looked down, and I was sitting here saying his body language says that he had his eyes on somebody else. You gotta understand the signs from these guys when they give them to you. Now, Miles Sanders is a major upgrade from Deontay Foreman, and Deontay Foreman was very good last year. How you feeling about that, bro?
Major upgrade. Now, some people want to say, you know, if Deontay had the whole year, you know what I'm saying? If Deontay had the whole year, you know what I'm saying? What Deontay was done with the whole year, we don't know. But we know what Miles Sanders has done, you know, from start to finish. So I get this right here, you know what I'm saying? Another solid A. Another solid A from the Panthers.
So, Kendall, let's look at this thing in full perspective. With this offensive line being secured, with Bradley Bozeman coming back on another 3-year deal, that is a must. First of all, having him in there, I'm telling you, having this line solidified, now you go out, you get a tight end, one that we haven't had probably since Greg Olsen, that has the ability to stretch the field. Then, on top of that, you say, well, I'm going to one-up you one more. I'm going to go and get a Pro Bowl running back. How are you feeling about the depth on this offense now?
I mean, we have almost solidified this offense other than maybe another receiver to go with the receivers that's already on the roster. Mm-hmm. Like, I know Q calls him Mr. Plastic Man and all this. But I think we have our receivers on the roster. So therefore, they're going to draft a receiver. You see, they haven't got all stereo-eyed over any receiver. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of people is, but I think this right here with the Miles Sanders, this kind of made y'all breathe a little bit more, right? Kind of made you exhale a little bit. Now you ain't so worried, are you? Now you ain't so worried. They making these moves. They making these moves possible. And it's looking to shape up that whichever quarterback that they do put out, they might put him out there from the gate. It ain't gonna be no trial run with no Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton was just signed just for, you know, insurance purpose. Mm-hmm. Straight up insurance. It ain't no bridging. He just insurance.
Well, they had him there as the senior voice at quarterback. I mean, because if you got basically Matt Corral and you got a rookie coming in, you're going to need somebody with some kind of NFL experience on this roster.
But did you see that they already shopping him?
Yeah, Corral.
His name is Corral is already. Hey, that nigga already in a shopping cart. He's in a shopping cart, bro. Only thing you got to do is push him on out the door. He already in the cart. You feel me? Yeah. It ain't no game out here, man. Ain't no need to rush that to run that boy career, man. That boy ain't gonna see no time, man.
Whoa. We just got something breaking in that just came across my phone just now. The Panthers just signed another D tackle. Oh man, this is crazy. The Panthers get another one per David Newton. This is breaking news. We went to terms with D tackle Deshaun Williams, who started 15 games uh, with the Broncos last year. So we got a D tackle from the Broncos just now.
So that's an Evero sign. That's an Evero sign. Evero
Yeah,
knows that man. That's
yeah,
somebody Evero comfortable with. I ain't even got to worry about that because that comes from Evero. So boom, I let Evero handle that. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that's solidified because that's why Evero wanted right there.
yeah.
Evero know that man. You see what
So
I'm saying?
this is
Yeah,
crazy. Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah. So you
Miles
don't
Sanders, bro.
that ain't even nothing to speak on right there because Evero did that.
Mm-hmm. And it's being confirmed everywhere. Miles Sanders is now a part of the signing from the Eagles to the Panthers. That is crazy. Sheena Quick just now did it. Ian Rappaport, all of them are confirming it now. This is crazy, bro. Let this be known right now that if now we have never seen an offseason like this for a Carolina Panther ever.
Never, never, never.
Ever. And I'm telling you, and they're talking about potentially bringing in Adam Thielen. So if you give a savvy veteran, you go and you get a tight end of Hayden Hurst's caliber, you go and get Miles Sanders, a Pro Bowl running back, and pair him with Foreman. Oh my God, with this offensive line,
Well, you
you
don't
can.
know if Foreman gonna be there. Foreman ain't signed yet.
He ain't signed yet, but he'd be a fool to turn down something to go somewhere else. Because I'm gonna tell
He
you
ain't
right
signed
now,
yet, though, Q.
he ain't signed. But I'm telling you, his place would be right here in Carolina because think about it. The 1-2 punch of Foreman and Sanders would be uncontrollable. It'll be just
That's
like what
that's
we
that.
saw against Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
great. That's great. But we can't write that ticket just yet because he ain't signed yet. Now, it's something going on because they done offered him, but he ain't take the offer.
Oh, shout out to Danny Tree, who he said, Thielen said he keeping his options open. Look, it'll be a great option to explore. He could come in and get number one catchings right now because we don't have anybody else until we hit the draft. And so, I mean, he could really be in an advisory role as well as go out and get his numbers too for being here because it'll benefit him to be here. I mean, he's the odd man out in Minnesota, and it just so happened to be in a place of Carolina, he would be a number one. He would be a potential number one or a number two, depends on who you draft.
Yeah, yeah. But see, this is the thing about that. It's gonna come down to money, of course. We know
Yeah.
that it's gonna come down to money, and then it's gonna come down to years on the contract. They're not signing any of these guys over 3 years unless they some young guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Hurst got a 4 year deal. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna be a part of this thing. You know what I'm saying? He's at the age where
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be a part of this thing. Now
Mm-hmm.
anybody else that's coming in at 28, 30, you know what I'm saying? You only getting a 1 to 2 year deal, maybe three, stretching, maybe. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys want to solidify stuff right here at the end of their contract. They don't. I mean, the end of their career. They don't want to sit here and say, "Well, I'm gonna do 1 year at the Panthers." See, you got Andy Dalton for 1 year because he know what time it is. He know he gonna hold the clipboard this year right here. If anything, he was gonna start maybe 1 or 2 games. He might start 1 game or something like that if a nigga sprain his ankle or something. You know what I'm saying? Or give me two. That's it. He know his role. The rest of these cats think they got something left in the tank and they want 3 year deals or something like that. That's I willing to bet that's what's coming down to a lot of these holdouts right here. And maybe even with the Foreman deal.
Wow. And right now, we just got the details for Sanders. It's a 4 year deal.
It's a 4 year. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Just come out
Yes.
my mouth. Just come out my mouth. He's
Wow.
gonna. They got him to be a part of this thing. Cause what is his age, Q? How old is Sanders?
Miles Sanders, let me look up his age. He's got to be young for them to do that.
Yeah, I think maybe about 20 something.
I'm about to look it up right now. 1997, he been born, so he got to be early 20s.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, people.
25 to be exact.
25. You understand what I'm saying? So he'll be
Wow.
29. That's the age range what they shooting for. Anybody 28, 20, you ain't getting no 3 year deal around here. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So check this out. Check this out right here. Go walk with your boy. So in the essence of everything, this is the subtractions of who we lost. We lost Sam Darnold, Pat Elflein, and Damian Wilson recently in the last couple of days. But look at the additions that we brought in on this team. You got quarterback Andy Dalton, which we know he's going to be a serviceable backup. He's going to be guiding the young quarterback that's coming in the next position. Running back Miles Sanders, all pro. I mean, this guy's going to be an all pro. Let's make no mistake about it. Then Hayden Hurst, tight end. You're talking about that's your top tight end in the room right now. Immediately, he turns this entire thing around.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Bradley Bozeman just re-signed, and that's a 3-year deal. Then you get Deshaun Williams, these defensive linemen, another nose tackle to put in there, as well as Shaq Thompson rework his deal. Safety Von Bell, which Von Bell was damn near a Pro Bowler last year. I'm just sitting here in awe of what all we have seen that's coming on and transpiring from this Carolina Panther team right now. This is not what we're used to, getting big name agents. We haven't done this ever. How do you feel about that, Go?
You just hit the nail on the head, bro. Ain't too much I can say to come after that right there. What you just said, because all that's fact. That's factual. We ain't never been this aggressive and this active in the offseason. We might get one here, there's some, you know what I'm saying, some junk, some camp bodies or something like that, you know what I mean? But they always looking. But you got to go back. We've always had that monster dope, Q. You got to, from the shit show that not organization, but the shit show coaching staff that was here before. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't develop nobody, didn't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? So that's one reason why we had to be so aggressive right now. We had badass contracts and all that shit, y'all. So we had to restructure people, and we got to get people that play ball with us. And then we signing these contracts the right way, 3 years, maybe 4 years for younger players, whether stuff on the back end or front end that we can get out of if they don't foot the bill. This is looking good. This is looking good, y'all. Make no mistake.
Shout out to Hassan Reddick on Twitter. He just said, Carolina, take good care of my homie for me. Y'all got a good one, and that's 100. And basically, like I said, what this means for the running back room, shout out to Edwards Pierre. He said, what does this mean for Chuba Hubbard? That means he will possibly, if they retain Deontay Foreman, he will remain number 3. But if they do not choose to go with Deontay Foreman, he'll slide up to number 2. And then you got the other guy that's there at running back 2. I can never remember his name. He'll be there as well.
Blackshear.
But think about it. Miles Sanders is a Pro Bowler. Blackshear and Chuba Hubbard are scat backs that could potentially come in and give
still on the rookie deals too. Still on the rookie deal.
Exactly. Yeah. So those guys will be very serviceable, especially with a young quarterback that now has a tight end that he can focus on getting this ball neutrally, vertically down the field. And you got, if you can get 2 receivers that can get this thing going and can really create some lines, create some route running abilities across this field. That's something we have not seen in Carolina in a while. Receivers going across the middle. You know how vital this is? Oh my God.
Offensive line solidified. You got a tight end on a 4-year deal that's going to be here while this guy is growing. You come back and you draft another tight end, maybe 24, 25, something like that, whatever, to come right in and bring depth right behind him. When his deal is up, if he want too much money, you slide him right out of there, and you have that other guy that come right behind him. You see what I'm saying? That's when that's how you creating the depth, you creating an organization, you creating everything that you want in a team.
Wow.
Next man up mentality.
Kendall.
That's why they doing these 3-year deals, y'all. No more than 4. If they don't like it, they're not locked into it.
Oh my God. This just in, David Newton, per David Newton just now. He said, even though that they brought in Miles Sanders, the Panthers have not ruled out bringing back Deontay Foreman. So I'm guessing it'll be just a matter of working that number. That's what it
Working the
sounds like to
number.
me.
That's what it is. Because see, they offered him, which we gonna say, yeah, okay. Let's just say his agent saying, I'm not taking the first offer. Come on now, you know. So because he already put out there he want to be here, whatever. It could be a year thing, or it could be some money. It's something that may be workable. They haven't just said, well, you know, it's off the table, just right there. That's what David just said. That's what he just told you. It's just a little tweak. So
Mm-hmm.
for he'll probably be there. That's what you want. That's what you just said, Q. So
Yeah.
we're probably gonna have that. That's probably what it's gonna look like.
Bruh. 1,292 yards, bruh. Last
Yeah,
year. Yes, sir. I'll take it. This cat was a freaking bombshell. It went to the Super Bowl, and we got him.
yeah. It
Look,
was
man.
like slash and dash or thunder and lightning or bang or boom, whatever y'all want to put on it. You know what I'm saying? We might have that in Carolina. So to solidify you having a young quarterback, give him a running game.
So if I were to go down by each position that we just adjusted, how would you vote this thing and how would you grade each one? Let's start with the addition of Andy Dalton. Where would you grade that?
I'd grade that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give that an A, y'all, because you got the right guy in here with the right temperament and knows his role. That's why that's an A. I'm not giving him an A because Andy Dalton, no women again. Andy Dalton, go bring my quarter, go start for me. I'm giving him because he knows his role.
Yes, sir.
That's an A.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you right now, I don't think it could be anybody that could come in and mentor these guys because you got to look at what all is going on with this man. This guy is going to have direct impact and shape and mold on the future of your team. And you didn't want a
Exactly.
guy like Sam Darnold to be molding that guy when you got a guy like
Yeah.
Dalton who's thrown 40 touchdowns in the last two years, even though he had 27 interceptions. But that's still 40 touchdowns compared to Darnold
Yeah.
only
To
throwing
show
20.
somebody how to command a huddle,
Yeah.
whole nine. He's dealt with superstar diva receivers like Chad Johnson and on and on. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The right guy. He signed a 1-year deal, y'all. A 1 year, so
Mm-hmm.
he knows his role.
Okay. The next one. How do you feel about the addition of Hayden Hurst and what that would mean to the team?
Hayden Hurst fits the bill. Like I told y'all, white boys are running this in, tight end, receiving in, or whatever. That's a white boy position, and we got a white solidified boy that can catch the ball. Hey, nigga, what? Run, nigga, run. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Run, nigga, run. Hey, this boy can catch it. He can go get it. He can block. Hey, we got a tight end. That's an A plus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Breaking Man. We got Miles Sanders. We got your boy Hayden Hurst in the building. Pro Bowl running back. Let me put some respect on his name. Is now in Carolina. This is the biggest addition that we probably had in a while. Look no further. Shout out to Scott Fitterer for being one hell of a GM. Look, Bradley Bozeman and the crew is back. Next one I was going to talk about, we making moves. How do you feel about Bradley Bozeman being the glue and the centerpiece to this run game that's now going to have Miles Sanders? What does that mean for you, Kendall?
Bradley Bozeman should have always been there. As soon as we got him, I was like, yo, that is our center right there. Only
Mm-hmm.
reason why, see, you big time lineman like Bradley Bozeman, they were just too many centers and too many linemen in Baltimore, and they just couldn't retain it. That's all it was. He came in, he said he wanted to work with James Campen. He came here, his attitude is right. His old lady attitude is right. He fits the
Yes.
bill. 100%. He's a road grader. He gonna do dirty work if you need him to. He's gonna set that line. He's gonna anchor that line. He should have been there from the gate. We just had a little small quarterback that liked the F line a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because the little itty bitty quarterback we had. He should have been. Y'all seen how the line took off as soon as they inserted Bradley Bozeman last year. You know what time it is. You know what you get out of him. That's an A plus. They had to sign him. They was gonna sign him. It wasn't no matter. He was not getting up out the building. That's another A plus.
So think about it. We get Von Bell at safety. Then we go get Tuttle at D tackle. Then we turn around and get Williams at D tackle. For you, the addition of D tackle Deshaun Williams and Tuttle to you, what does that look like on this line, man? What does that look like, bro?
Okay. What that looks like to me is they building this line, but I still don't see that monster. I don't see that monster, but I see us going in there and just making people's breath just you know what I'm saying? We coming in and out. We just in and out with tackles. In and out with tackles. You're gonna have to play with us. You're gonna have to play 4 downs with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not gonna see us breathing hard with this race car package on this D line. We got penetrators. We got some cogs, but we ain't got the cog that I want. We ain't got that big hog in the middle that I want.
Yeah,
but
we getting there though.
We getting there though. We getting there.
Sir.
Now if Marquise McCall, I'm calling your name, big boy. I hope you listening. I hope you listening. Somebody calling and listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Nigga, if we put you on that nose, you better go get it. You understand what I'm saying? You better go get it.
Yes,
I'm telling you. It's your job to lose right now.
Look, so this changes our entire draft by getting all these players because we never thought that we were going to get Miles Sanders. I didn't even think this morning we were going to get Hayden Hurst. And the fact that they're still out there talking, and they're trying to get Thielen and the crew to come in, they are trying to build this. And by the time they get to the draft, they are going to have this team complete look like. And they just want to add on to what they have. Man, I'm telling you, Kendall,
what I thought we were going to do, Q, I thought we were going to probably maybe with that 3rd pick, probably get the kid out of Texas. But now, especially if Foreman signs, you don't even have to worry about a running back in the draft. You know what I'm saying? That's the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because you got these cats right here locked up for 3 years. And you got Chuba and Blackshear behind them.
Man, look at here. Shout out to the 51 that's in here right now. Make sure you like this video. Get us in the algorithm. You know how important that is to get this thing. We're going to open the stream up to see how you guys feeling. But before we do that, I got to get the GOAT's take on probably one of the best additions that we had. Like I said, safety Von Bell. Where do you see him really coming in? And how do you really see him meshing along with Jeremy Chin and Xavier Woods in that backfield? And I'm telling you, that addition is the sneakiest one that we've had so far up to this point.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, you have Von Bell, and some people got mad because we didn't get Jesse Bates. I think if you're gonna say Bates, it's just like Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, or 1A, 1B, maybe just a solid A, a solid B. You know what I'm saying? Right there with Bell, man. Hey, we got the best. Bates was a little bit too expensive for us. Bates was out of our price range. Just put it like that. Bates was out of our price range, y'all. But if you want to come in with a safety, you got one. You got one.
Yes, sir.
So I get the Panthers another A plus on that. A plus on that. And I'm not being, you know what I'm saying? Because you see how it was with the D linemen. You know what I mean? I put them all together. You see what I'm saying? Because we ain't got that solidified hog in the middle.
Oh, I like that though. But you gotta, like I said, man, with all these moving pieces in here now, it signifies that Frank Wright, first of all, Matt Rule had us looking crazy. He had us looking real crazy out here, bro. Because it didn't seem like he even tried to attempt to bring pieces. It was a clown show.
Clown show was what it was called. A clown show.
Yes, sir.
That's what it was called. That might not my words, y'all. That has been said in the news. Clown show.
Man, Big Mike, how you feeling, brother? What's going on?
Yo, I don't think I could feel much better right now with the cap space that we had to the end of the day so far. I don't think half the moves we made was going to be possible. I'm actually shocked right now. This nigga's got a magic wand and he just doing
Yeah.
shit.
Tell it, Mike. Go ahead and tell it, boy. Go ahead and talk.
Look, we got Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had 1,000 yards just rushing. People forget Miles Sanders can catch out the backfield too. Now you got a security blanket with him and Hayden Hurst. Okay, keep going, Scott. I'm fucking with you. Keep going. And I ain't gonna
So,
even talk about the defensive. When you pick up 2 defensive tackles, then you pick up Von Bell, which is beautiful. I'm glad we got Von Bell because that free up Jeremy Chin to run havoc. I'm like, go ahead, Scott. Do that shit.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, from what I'm seeing from this, like, if there was ever a time to be excited as a Panther, this lets you know that David Tepper, Frank Wright, this entire staff is all in on making us go in here, get this rookie quarterback as comfortable as possible. And this is something that you got to understand. In order to have your rookie quarterback, you got to have a lot of moving places already in there for him and have it built already. And this is what it's all about, building the team the right way. Oh, my God. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited in a while, bro. I'm not even about to lie. This got me excited.
I mean, well, look, you think about, I think I said it last week on the take. I was like, look, he's clearing up cap space. That man's up to something. Y'all worried about how much we traded to get that #1 pick. I said, he's clearing up cap space. That nigga Scott Fitter might be up to something. And it looks like I was right. That nigga was up to something. He said, look, we gonna build something the right way. We done suffered enough here. And I really say this, I'm going to give a shout out to Dave Tepper because I think he got embarrassed. Like, he got humiliated. And after having to eat that humble pie, he came back stronger and did shit the right way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody keep calling me about these moves we making, and they keep knocking me out. You know what I'm saying?
Q.
Yeah,
Q,
yeah.
Didn't I tell y'all, like, I said this, and I said I was always on the fence about Deontay coming back because of his type of style. Miles Sanders fits the style of Frank Wright's offense. If you look at the way that he run the ball, because I always said the Eagles, we literally are the Cincinnati, Philadelphia Bengals right now. So we really, I mean, but I have no problem with it. We actually got the better of the choice with the safeties because Von Bell has made bigger plays than Jesse Bates in the playoffs.
So, Christian, let me holler at you for a second. About 2 weeks ago, when we were sitting there all trying to figure out what direction this team was going to go, did you see Scott Fitterer making moves to this extent for this team?
Yes, I told you.
No, you didn't, Christian. No, you didn't. Don't go that bullshit now. Come on now. Don't you go that bullshit. Now, God damn it. Don't you go that bullshit right there, Christian.
I think
Mike,
the
get
only
it,
one
Mike.
that
Get it, Mike. Get it,
look,
Mike.
I
Get
think
it,
the
Mike.
only one that can say that half-ass is me, dog. It wasn't you.
Get it, Mike.
I'm the one
Get
that
it.
said you were clearing up space to do something. You were
Get it,
skeptical as hell.
Get it, Mike.
No,
No, he
that's
didn't.
not true. I came on here and said we should go out and get these guys. I knew that Scott. I believe in Scott. I know Scott is. I said this from the get-go that Scott.
We're gonna let you have it. We're gonna let you have it. Fuck it. We're gonna let you have it. We're gonna let you have it.
Everybody who's in shock in Panther Nation, because this shit has never been done before in Panther Nation. You knew it was going to be done.
Yes, I believe.
Get that nigga out of here, Q. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Look at that shit. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Q, remember he argued me down and said, You gotta be patient. You come on now, walk with me. He came
okay. Yeah.
Now you remember. You remember the time like Michael Jackson.
I'm telling you what, but you ain't seen this right here, Christian. You ain't seen this, man.
I said we was gonna either sign Hayden Hurst or Mike Gesicki. I said those are the tight ends because I told y'all no on Dalton Schultz. I told y'all no. I said he was a bum. I said that to you.
You called Dalton Schultz a bum. You called Dalton
Yes.
Schultz a bum.
Yes,
Come
I told
on,
you
man.
He cannot catch. He can't catch. You saw him in the playoffs. I ain't lying. You saw him in the playoffs.
Come on, Christian. Now.
Dog, I watched the games.
Christian,
I'm telling you.
Christian, we have never seen a day like this before in Panthers history of them going out in the free agency.
Now, Miles Sanders, I agree with.
money.
I didn't see that. But the
Yeah,
tight end
come on,
and the safeties. Now, the tight end and safeties, I did see. In the trade up.
Did you see the defensive tackles too, Mr. Cleo? Did you see the defensive tackles?
Yeah. I knew he was gonna sign some D tackles because I said that I was like, we're gonna use this free agency to go get some defensive players. I said that from the jump we was gonna go offense. And,
okay.
I said that from the jump we was gonna go offense in the draft. No, I'll be real with you. I didn't see Miles Sanders, but he does fit because Miles Sanders was under contract because he wasn't a free agent. They released him, didn't they? Was he a free agent or they released him?
Oh, he was a free agent. He wasn't.
Oh, okay. I must have missed him because I swear I thought it was only Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams. That's who I was pissed at. I thought we was gonna get him. Now that's the guy I thought because him and Duke Staley cool. So that's what I thought.
Look, I knew he wasn't gonna get Jamal Williams when he got that many touchdowns. He is not gonna go cheap. He broke Barry Sanders' record for touchdowns.
Yeah, he did go cheap. He only got $18 million 3 years.
And how much did Miles Sanders get?
I don't know yet, but
we just know right now.
Miles Sanders went to the Saints.
Miles Sanders with us, bro. What are you talking about?
No, Miles Sanders, but Jamal Williams. He went to the Saints.
Oh.
He signed.
We ain't worried about him.
I did see that deal earlier. I seen that deal earlier. What it was.
What? So then I was like, and then I saw Miles Sanders. I was shocked because I didn't know Miles Sanders was a free agent. I thought he was still signed under contract. But I think that the Eagles are going to take Bijan Robinson with the 10th pick.
Mr. Cleo. I'm going to have to start calling Mr. Cleo.
All right,
yeah,
hold on.
That's your new name. Yes, sir. The clairvoyant one.
Go has been giving it to me all day. He been upset at me all day. He been harassing me all day.
Look,
he been bullying me on all the streams.
so fellas, while I got y'all here, I just heard from Gold. So Christian and Mike. Christian first. Who is your biggest signing out of everybody we've seen to this point? Who is your biggest signing?
Vaughn. Vaughn is the biggest one because what that does for our defense is we finally got a playmaker on safety since what's the guy name that we had in 2015?
Kurt Coleman.
Kurt Coleman. Since him, we have not had no safety like him that really got a big
play.
That
you right with
hard.
That one now.
So we haven't had a big guy make key plays. This guy Vaughn makes big plays.
A downfield safety. Yep. A downhill safety. Yep.
And now it opens up the field for Jeremy Chin. And this was the biggest one because we really got the one who makes the plays. If you look in the playoffs, Vaughn has been the one to make the interceptions, make the plays. Jesse Bates just gets because he got the name. Vaughn ain't got the name, But Vaughn, he's the dirty guy. And now we finally got some swag on defense. And that's Vaughn. And he's going to bring that. He's going to bring it. And I know it. He's going to bring it. And I was happy about that one. He's going to bring it. He's Carolina for real. He's going to bring it. And I'm excited because we need that. We need somebody in the locker room that's going to, man, look, shut up. Look. We need that. We need that. Pull your panties up. Come on. We need that.
So, Christian, before I run it over to Mike and get his opinion on it, can you imagine picturing this defense right now with, walk with me for a second. Imagine Derek Brown. We got, what's the guy, title? What is
Tuttle.
Tuttle.
And then we got Williams.
If we run those three on the front line, you got Big McCall as a backup. You got all these other guys that we could throw bodies in there along with Brown and the crew on the line. Now imagine this. Frankie Louvu at one linebacker spot. You got Brian Burns coming off the edge like Yvonne Miller. Then you got Jeremy Chin besides Shaq Thompson. And I mean, you go to the next level, safety, you got Xavier Woods and you got Von Bell. And then you got J.C. Horn at corner. You just need one more corner to solidify this thing, bro.
Yeah, you right.
Ooh.
You are absolutely right. Because for me personally, I would trade Dante and CJ. I would get them out of here, trade them, try to see if I can get a third round pick or a third round or fourth if we can. And then I would stack up on some cornerbacks in the draft. Because that's what I would do. I think that's what we're gonna do is get some young cornerbacks. Because I don't think we're gonna sign Darius Slay. I think that's gonna be too pricey.
Well,
when we can get some guys in the draft. But now Brian Burns is able to do what he needs to do. This is how you build around Brian Burns to make him the best that he can be. I did have some concerns, which was rightfully so, because I did have some concerns because for me, if we're going to pay you like the number one guy, I know you got to have some people around you, but my thing is this. Brian Burns this year has to step up, and he has to be this leader of this defense because he's the only one left from the original regime. He got to be that leader. This is time for him to be a leader on this defense and take charge and get some balls, man. He got them. He got them, but I need him to hang this year. I need you to show and prove. I don't need to hear, man, sometime. No, I need you every game. You need to put your best foot forward. And I think Bond is going to get that out of him. And I think these D tackles is going to get it out of him, especially dude Tuttle. Tuttle's another one. Is a dog. So I'm happy with these signings on defense, and I'm glad they did not shy away from the offense. Miles Sanders, that was huge. That was the second best one. But it just wasn't bigger than Bond. It was a shocker. But it wasn't bigger than Bond because Bond, I was shocked we did that one. I knew he was going to get a safety, but not that good. Look, I was shocked.
Yes, sir.
That we got him for cheap.
Look at here. Brother, I'm just as shocked as you. Big Mike, please tell me who was your biggest addition and who shocked you the most?
Okay, first, I'm going to give a shout out to Dante Jackson because if he stays healthy, that number 2 spot is cool. We're not going to hate on Dante. But I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to go outside the box and go away from the defense and the obvious picks. And I'm going to go exactly where nobody else is going to say. I'm going to say Andy Dalton. Because he was, and the reason why I'm going to say Andy Dalton is because the biggest thing we needed was a veteran backup that wasn't going to cost us an arm and a leg, that was going to be cheap and know his position. I know what I'm here to do. I know I'm here to talk to this young rookie and get him up to speed. I know this is not my team. Jacoby Brissett, he wanted another shot. He wanted another shot to start because he played decent last year. And it's hard to find a quarterback that's going to be like, look, I know my role. My role is not to try to win the starting position. My role is to be behind. Sam Darnold, if we would have tried to sign him again, he wouldn't have tried to sit behind and teach nobody. He would have tried to be the starter.
You're right about that one. You're right. That's a good one. I mean, for me, I don't like Andy Dalton, but I think he is I think if something was to happen, he's good for a 7-8 game stretch, where we would be fine with especially the pieces around him, especially what we're going to build around CJ or Bryce or whoever the quarterback will be. So
and how cheap he was. He was cheap. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was the biggest part. You know what I mean? You got him for basically the $5 million you paid Baker last year. You got him for that. You feel me?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That is a steal. I mean, honestly, me personally, I would have preferred Jacoby, but
Jacoby would have asked for at least $10 million a year.
Ooh. Yeah. He didn't get that. I don't think he got that much from the Commanders.
I think Jacoby was on a real veteran minimum deal.
He just signed with the Commanders. He gonna be the
Oh,
starter.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was the Commanders. Yeah. That's why I'm like.
But
That's
see,
why
but see,
I.
but
That's
what
why I said
Mike,
the
but
same
what
thing with
Christian, but what
Jamal.
Mike is saying, Jacoby would have come in like it's a camp competition or something like that.
Yeah, he'd want to start. He'd have been
Ba-
like, "Yo,
Basically,
I'm
what I agree with Mike because I had said it earlier. Andy's gonna know his role. You're getting him in the right mind state. That's the reason why I gave Andy an A+ because you're getting Andy in the right mind state. He'll be a mentor. He know this ain't his team. He know he didn't come to to play no type of ball. He know what he coming for. He know his role.
yeah, he got to
Mhm.
hold the clipboard. That's his job.
Yeah,
Hold the
yeah,
clipboard
I would.
and talk
I would
to
have
young
said. I would
CJ
have
and
asked
teach
Jameis.
CJ."
I would have asked Jameis or somebody.
yeah. That's a
Yeah,
nice
I
sign
would have
right there. That's a
preferred
nice
Jameis.
sign.
he got 10 million
No,
and he got 8 of it right up
James,
front.
Jameis gonna want to try to come in there and talk to the damn press and all that. No, man, we don't need
Dub
you to
Q,
do that, bruh.
Yes, sir.
No.
Dub Q. How many you say he got? He got 10 million.
He got 10 million and he got 8 million of it up front.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Andy Dalton for 2 years for that same amount.
And how much did
No, it's a
how
one
much
year
did
contract.
Jacoby get? Q? Because
Huh?
I know he got a 3-year deal. How much did Jacoby get? 'Cause I just
That was
want to know.
he got a 1 year deal with the Commanders. 1 year deal.
Okay, he got a 1 year. Okay,
Yeah, and then Andy Dalton with us is 2 years, $10 million, which is 5 million a year, basically.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that was
so
a 2 year deal. That was a 2 year deal.
two
yeah,
year
so we
deal.
got a steal for a veteran to sit back and teach our young
Oh yeah.
quarterback.
Oh
we
yeah.
got a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
steals on the. Oh, we got a we.
We got
I was
Bradley
still shocked. We
Bozeman.
got Bond
The next
for
best
that.
move was Bradley Bozeman for 3 years. That nobody can discount that. To get him 3 years for 18 million,
Yes,
as
Lord.
much man, that was the pick. Besides Andy Dalton, if you want to talk offense, like for real.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
Miles is a shocker though. I didn't see that one. Now I saw us in the. I didn't even. I forgot he was even a free agent. That just completely blew my mind.
So now that I got you fellas here, the three of you guys are very wise fellas, man. First of all, before I say anything else, now can you imagine in this system with an elite defense, and you have yourself an offense of this caliber with a run game, with a Pro Bowl running back, and a great tight end that can stretch this offense with play action? What role should a young quarterback play in this offense?
A game manager. That's what it should be. Game. He should
Yeah,
be a
right now
game
a
manager.
game manager. A game
Yeah.
manager. He
And
don't have to
but
be
he should be.
tell him he don't
Yeah.
have to be a hero. He does not have to be a
No.
hero.
Only if it comes down to. But the thing about this is, he should only be. The thing about that is, when the game manager part is not working, what is the quarterback going to do? And I think he's going to go through that within the season. And I think that's going to happen when we play divisional games. I think divisional games we really going to see what the quarterback is made of.
Mm-hmm.
Versus him, because in division your division rivals already know how your team work, regardless of new pieces. They kind of know how they operate.
That's
Versus,
wait. Not this year. Matter of fact, I'm
no.
gonna say this.
That was my point. I
I'm
was
gonna
about to
say
go
the
to
division game's
this
gonna be
year.
the easiest this year. We ain't got
Well,
no
yeah, for
competition.
everybody, because for Atlanta and I think Atlanta and the Panthers, I think we're the team that's gonna beat everybody in the division.
Facts.
Because Atlanta's defense, they're getting better on defense. They're building that defense. I think in the draft they're gonna go offense. I think we gonna be mirror images of each other, except for they Atlanta, so they gonna choke. We're not gonna choke, so they just can't help themselves. So
And we're
they'll
not
be
worried
up
about nothing.
25 and lose. So
Cause like, let's be honest, like with the pick they have, what quarterback they gonna get?
no,
Like
they're
so,
not.
when you got
They're gonna
Taylor
pick a wide
Heineke
receiver,
and
right?
Desmond Whiter, that's your threats as quarterback. Now think about that. Taylor Heineke was the only quarterback that had to hand the ball off more than Carolina Panthers quarterbacks because he's not consistent. I remember
He
Washington
scares me.
had the ball over 46 times, had 46 rushing attempts, and they averaged only 3.3 or 3.4 yards that game, but they didn't trust Taylor Heineke. So
But
we're not worried about
he's a
Atlanta's
winner though.
quarterback scenario. We're not worried about New Orleans because Derek Carr is not that guy. I don't give a damn what
Yeah.
nobody say.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay
And
now.
Baker Mayfield.
He's
No,
sticking out his
trust.
chest.
No, go.
Yeah.
Trust me. They have
Y'all
an
sitting there
idiot
saying
coach.
y'all ain't worried about Derek
No, no,
Carr
no,
now.
no, no.
Okay.
Trust me. Trust me when I tell you this, go.
I'm gonna ignore
They
the
have
GOAT
an
today
Y'all
idiot
because I don't
don't
know.
never underestimate nobody
Your
now. I'm
opponent,
trying to
No, no, no,
tell
no,
you
yes.
no.
though.
Trust me on this. They have an idiot coach. His name is Dennis Allen. As long as
Alright.
Dennis Allen is coaching that team, you're going to
Hey,
get the results that you
GOAT,
get.
GOAT. You heard the wise
I
words.
know we got our chest. I know we got our chest stuck out right
Don't
Nah,
start
my chest ain't stuck
underestimating
out.
me.
I'm just chilling. I'm just saying. I know
And the
Dennis Allen.
words,
He's a bum.
and the words of Maya Angelou. When someone shows you who they are,
Here we go.
believe them. And that's why I'm
Right.
not worried about Derek Carr.
I wish Goat would take that advice about a certain quarterback, Will Levis. He keep telling you I'm trash. I'm
Hey, shout out to
trash.
Supernova. He said Carr can play. I wouldn't sleep on nobody. You right about that, Nova. Look, he's in our division. They know us the best. You can't sit here and say, to me, I think it would be, I ain't gonna say a damn thing to do, but it would be a crazy thing to just say, okay, Derek Carr ain't did nothing to this point. This man has a chip on his shoulder because his last coach said I couldn't win with him. So you thinking he coming to New Orleans without trying to put down some bodies? He gonna come out here and try to lay a couple of people down. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
Dub
yeah,
Q,
yeah, yeah.
Dub Q, you
Yes,
right.
sir.
But let me
Yes,
tell you
sir.
something. When I was a kid, I had this one guy that whooped me when I was in the 8th grade. And I heard my big cousins. They was like, "Look, you got to go see him again." And I'm pissed off. My pride, oh no, you ain't gonna beat me again. That second time he got me again. Sometimes you meet your fucking match, and Derek Carr,
Yeah.
year after year, has met his
Yes.
fucking match. He ain't never
Okay.
been that guy, so I'm not worried about him being that guy. Don't get me wrong. It took me some years, but I realized that everybody meets Billy Badass. That man, Derek
Okay.
Carr, is not Billy Badass and never will be.
Oh my God, that is too funny, man. He said he got me the second time. Yeah, man. Look, I'm telling you right now, you have to also understand that in this division now, this division is starting to look like it's going to shape up. Baker Mayfield is not a threat. But if the Panthers sit back and watch Baker Mayfield be a bridge quarterback to somebody like Hendon Hooker, if they go out and select him, that could be a problem in years to come, in 2 or 3 years. Because you would play Baker this year, but you would groom Hooker for the future if they were to take him. Like,
Yeah.
you got to look at it. This would be the youngest and the brightest division if that was to happen. So that's why I say don't underestimate your opponent because
Yeah.
he might just be a placeholder today, but the future is the nigga behind him is who you going to have to look out for.
We just got a head start on everybody.
Yeah. So
That's the key. You said it, GOAT. That's the key. That we started right off the bat. We said that we're not going to let them make moves to outdo us. We're going to make sure we get what we need before anybody else touch anything. We're going to make sure we
That,
pick our quarterback.
yep.
First
That was
days
the
of
whole
off
joint of going
season,
up. Yep. Going up to
we
one.
start
Yep.
grabbing everybody that we need. We said that we got all those coaches from the very beginning when hit the fan and they let go of Steve Wilkes. Everybody was mad as hell. How they gonna let go Steve Wilkes? How they gonna do this? And I ain't heard a complaint from a Carolina Panther fan since the start of this off season. These last few moves, the only thing I've heard is how we gonna replace DJ Moore. And I had to remind them, it's not Justin Jefferson. We gonna be all right. That's
Yep.
the only
That's
horrible
exactly
move. Yes,
right.
we
yes,
lost
sir.
DJ Moore. That hurt. It hurt all of us. But we got to remember DJ Moore was
Did
good
it
there in the
did
middle of
well,
the
I
field.
ask you this though, Mike. Did it really though? Y'all, I know Q calling Mr. Plastic Man. I'm calling him out again. But did it really though? Terrence
Look,
Marshall to me is gonna be that beast for us. That's gonna be that surprise. I'm
And you
telling
know
you,
what?
buddy.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm scared the fact that he might have to see some double teams. That's why I keep saying we need one more receiver. I don't
But we
care if
gonna
it's
get it. We gonna
Mims
get it. We gonna get it.
out the draft because remember when Juju Smith was in the league with Antonio Brown and Juju Smith looked like he was ready to be number one, and then
And then he
Antonio
couldn't.
Brown left, and all of a
Yep.
sudden Juju didn't look like number one no more.
Nope.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
want I don't want Terrence Marshall have his first come out campaign that has to carry the whole full workload of the offense. I don't care if they go get Paris Campbell from Indiana and then draft somebody. Just
Well,
make
Mike,
sure there's some
you still okay. You still got to shy. You still got to should know. And this is the number one thing. You got a coaching staff now that can scheme this guy open. What I mean by scheming, you
facts.
have crossing routes. You have people blocking to
Yeah.
open this guy up. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we talking about scheming him open.
Facts. But because that was the one thing I liked about the hire for the offensive
Yeah,
coordinator. I was
exactly.
like the
Look
fact
at who we
he
had. Look at who we had offensive coordinator prior to Ben McAdoo. Come on now.
I
Ben
was mad as
McAdoo.
hell when we hired him.
Come
I
on.
swear, I don't know if anybody else. I ain't tell nobody because I wasn't on the pod. But I was mad as hell when we hired Ben McAdoo because I was like, that man is not that guy. But the fact that we went, the coaching, you're right, the coaching staff. Besides what we did today, besides
Yeah.
trading up number one, that coaching staff that we built to get ready for this, it makes it. You got confidence in the moves.
Got
It
to have
hits
confidence.
different it hits different when you see them doing what they're doing. You be like, yo, they up to something. They really trying to make sure it's the coming out party for Carolina from now on, not just temporarily. We're not putting band-aids on certain positions because we done did that for a few years. And we
Mm-hmm.
bleed out every time. We put a band-aid on this position. Well, this will get us through the year.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
agree. I agree. Man, you know what? I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the additions, and it's just not even clicking into me what we have already done. And if you look at it for 100-fold, it signifies the Panthers mean business about winning right now. That's what the signs are showing me right now. They want this right now.
Yeah.
I don't remember we were kind of trying to talk about, okay, where do we see this? Are we trying to win in a year now, or are we trying to win for the long haul with Super Bowls? And we couldn't figure out where the Panthers saw this thing, but getting all these additions is signifying to the league, hey, all we need to do is put our quarterback in place and we're going to move forward. That's what this sounds like for me. How about y'all?
Facts.
Well. I say that's a fact. But they're making it so that this young quarterback, y'all got to still understand that this is going to be a rookie quarterback. I don't care if it's CJ, I don't care if it's Will, AR, Bryce, whoever, Tanner McKee, whoever. They just making him real comfortable. Y'all seen this before, and where have y'all seen this before? In New England. You see what I'm saying? That's why they got rid of Cam because you feel that big ass check that they wrote in New England and got all their players back, and then they got all them free agents. Y'all remember that shit? And where did
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones take them to? Mac Jones took them in the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? Because they made it real comfortable for him.
Yeah, see, that's what I was about to say too. Cause I was like, it's like they saw how close we can get to the playoffs with the bullshit we had last year.
Yeah,
And it was like, yo, do you know that we wasn't meant to make it this far and we almost stumbled in that bitch?
Mm-hmm. That's
There's no
facts.
way we're gonna waste this opportunity when it's right there in front of us.
yeah,
There's nobody here that's a threat. We need to move now. And that's exactly what they did. They looked at the division and said, we the only ones here. Let's go.
yeah, yeah. They're making it
So,
real comfortable for him, and he can stumble us into the playoffs. As a rookie. I see that. But now, dial it back just a little bit. It's still gonna take. He's still gonna have some growing pains. He's still gonna have that little notch to damn get.
mm-hmm.
And that's why we're gonna be so run heavy at the beginning. I'm gonna call that now. It's gonna be a lot of run heavy because how Frank Wright is, but they gonna let him learn on the curve. That's why the defense is gonna be it's so nice right now, and you see it going to be nice as fuck. You see the offensive line; they made sure they got everybody fucking back because they like we gonna run the ball, we gonna play shutout defense, and we gonna make sure this quarterback not only stay healthy and make sure that he stay comfortable, but we gonna give him time to not realize I don't have to do it on myself.
Yeah, same thing they did with Jalen. Same thing they did with Jalen over there in Philly. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm telling you right now, I'm in amazement, fellas. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this while I got you two here. We just got word in that the Panthers are not expected to sign wide receiver Adam Thielen today. So, with that being said, do you think the possibility of us trading for a wide receiver? Because I just can't imagine us going in with Terrence Marshall, Chenault, and Shi Smith. That's not good enough.
If we, if,
No, it ain't. It ain't Q.
That ain't good
Um,
enough.
it ain't. That's why I see them in the draft. Like I said, with that 39th pick, more likely going receiver because you can get an impact receiver right there. If they go any deeper than that, they won't get an impact guy. So, and then the only thing they see is something I don't see, me and you don't see. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right there on the roster, right there in free agents, or something on waivers, or something, something that they can get. I don't know. You know what I mean? I see them having to go get a receiver right there.
I think they're either going to trade up and go get a rookie receiver, like with that 39th pick, because they keep adding on what they're doing. We're not going to need much in the draft to complement what we have signed already. So
Right.
trading up to make sure we get one of the top wide receivers. I would love to see Nick, but I know motherfucker don't like Jackson. But the fact I wanted to be a copycat league. Devontae Smith played with Jalen Hurts. Joe Burrow played with Jamar Chase. I would love to see Nick, but with CJ Stroud. I think that'd be a smart move. Somebody he's already got familiarity with. Somebody he's already been in the trenches with. But even if that's not the case, to trade up from the 39th pick back into the first round to go get a solid number one receiver on the opposite end of Terrence Marshall, because I know people be like, yo, if we got a real number one receiver, we don't need another one. That's a lie. Look at Philly. They got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. The reason why Cincinnati's so dangerous, they got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Not to even mention Tyler Boyd. Sometimes you need more than one number one receiver. If Dallas had Amari Cooper still, they might have finished a lot deeper in the playoffs. So
And
if
you
we
do
can't
that to
get
steam
somebody
people
like that,
over. Yeah, they
but if you
legitimate
can't get
threats.
somebody like that,
Yeah,
I would have a problem with trying to trade with somebody like Elijah Moore from Jets. People disagree with me. I think that'd be a cool pickup since he already said he didn't want to be there. He tried to ask for a trade last year. Or, you know what I mean? There's other receivers that we can finesse and get. Just Elijah Moore won't call shit but a third or fourth round pick. Let's be honest.
Yo,
Like,
hey,
you know,
fellas, what about, and this is potentially me putting it out there in the draft, you got guys like, if look, bypass Quentin Johnson and the crew, you got Jalen Hyatt that they already deemed that we were going to get potentially with our first second round pick. You got Zay Flowers in this draft we could potentially try to trade up and get because you know what he could be. You got Josh Downs from North Carolina sitting right
and
there.
those are the three. Those are the three that I see Q.
Oh, it's one more. It's
Yeah.
one more. It's one more. Cedric Tillman is also that other guy. 6'3". He run a 4.5. This cat is explosive from Tennessee.
Facts.
He's explosive, man. So Jalen Hyatt, look, how would you feel if we were to bring the two parents that was at Tennessee in here? Jalen Hyatt and then Cedric Tillman, because both of them are reachable. Think about it, bro. That would be something to look at. I'm thinking that the Panthers are going to exhaust every benefits to at least get two receivers out this draft.
I don't see him getting two out the draft because they got to go cornerback. Because I don't think they're going to get a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say for as a defensive back? Like, who would you say would be the pick for that there?
Ooh.
You know what I
Cornerback,
mean?
Right,
that boy from South
right there,
Carolina.
Father. Yeah, because you're not gonna get one of the top five. You're gonna go get somebody that fits that scheme that they're looking for. And I don't know what, but I've seen different drafts where they got different guys, but it was a cornerback because it's a position of need because of the injuries that we've had and the new
Mm-hmm.
scheme that we're going to.
So we
And
get a
that's what's being
defensive back.
said. That's what's being said. That's not just me talking. That's what's going on the rumor mill.
But I mean, if we got a defensive back, and then in the third round we was to get the
No,
boy from
that's
Tennessee
we're
there.
going to get the defensive back in the third round because we're
Oh,
going
okay,
wide receiver in the second. That's what I'm saying. Not with that second pick. Second pick wide receiver. That cornerback is coming with that 93 pick.
okay. Well,
So
guess what? I'm okay with that because with that 39th pick, I'm look. People say that I say trade up too many times, and I get it. But when you got a 2 4th round picks and 2 3rd round picks, I don't see why adding one of them to the 39th pick is a problem if you're going to go get that receiver.
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you like this. In the draft, we'll have Cam Smith from South Carolina sitting right there. Keely Ringo from Georgia will be sitting around the 3rd or the 4th round. Potentially, you got Deontay Banks from Maryland, Jordan Battle from well, he's a safety, but DJ Turner from Michigan. All these guys will be sitting right there. With Eli Ricks will be sitting there from Alabama, 6'2".
Deontay Banks. Deontay Banks would be a hell of a pickup.
Yeah.
Deontay Banks would be one hell of a pickup for if one of these guys go down because he's ready. He's ready.
Look like the top cornerback for this year is going to be Devon Witherspoon. Him and Christian Gonzalez from Oregon are like the
Yeah, well,
one
see,
A,
those
one
boys
B.
are going to be gone. They're going to be
Yeah, they're
gone.
going to be gone. We ain't
No,
going to get
they're
them.
going to be gone. You see what I'm saying? We're looking for somebody. See, what we're looking for is a serviceable guy to come in on packages.
Mm. Well, then that's Eli
That's what we're
Ricks.
looking for right now as a rookie. To come in on packages, to come in on set packages right now in these exotic looks. And then his role may change as it gets later in the season after somebody goes down. So we're not looking for that top guy. We don't have to have, like you said, Gomez. We don't have to have him. We don't have to have the top corner in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have a guy with the right skill set. Now it's going to change later if a Dante gets hurt or something like that.
So yeah. So if you turn around and you get that corner in the 3rd round, that's plenty because like I said when I first started talking, I defend Dante Jackson because if the motherfucker's healthy, he's effective. The problem is him being healthy your whole season. Same thing
Being
with Jace
healthy.
Horn. It's like
Yep.
one of them might gonna fall out during the season, so you need that person to step up. But that's also the benefit of having Von Bell now. That's going to take some pressure out of a young guy that we get in the 3rd round because he's a ball hawker. He's real good in the backfield. He's going to get that extra help. And that's exactly what we need. And when you said to put Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin, Shaq Thompson, Brian Burns in the linebacker in
Yeah.
that 4, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like they gonna have to get rid of the ball pretty fast any damn way.
Yeah, exactly. Solidified that way. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I guess Kendall headset. But look, you got to understand on this defense, what you're looking at with these guys potentially having all 4 of those guys on the field at one time at the linebacker spot would be the biggest addition that we could ever say we've seen in Panther Nation. And like I said, what they're doing right now, they're building a line. They're building a wall across for these D tackles and these nose tackles to get in here to be able to take off. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this because Evero is not playing, man. This is a stout defensive line they building, bro.
He's saying that you're not about to run all over us again.
Yeah.
Because that's what hurt us so bad last year. It wasn't even the passing attack. It's the fact that we were so scared because the play action was almost impossible to stop. Where you got motherfuckers averaging 4.5, damn near 5 yards a carry almost every fucking game.
But whose fault was that? Mr. 335, Phil Snow.
Facts. And I ain't know where the fuck that 335 what he was thinking with that. It leaves way too many gaps. And this is the NFL, bruh. These niggas can run. I don't know what you thinking, but he's not there now. We have the 3-5 now. And I've always said to people, I said the 3-5 is a lot harder to plan against offensively than the 4-3. You got to account for if you got a defensive, a big three in the middle that can just clog spots, to have 4 linebackers that can do damage. Shaq Thompson, I'm going to give him credit and I'm going to take some away. He had 135 tackles this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does have a problem wrapping up and shit. I give him that. He's decent when it comes to coveraging. But the man did have 135 tackles this year.
But they were assisted. They weren't solo. Solo by himself, he really didn't hit the pinnacle. I always said that.
Yep.
You're right about that. But the problem is, Shaq Thompson is like that ex-girlfriend you can't get rid of no matter what the fuck you do.
Here we go.
Because look, he said it himself, I'm not leaving.
Look, the problem is with Shaq Thompson is single. As solo, he did 78 tackles this year, which is 27th in the league, which is horrible for your middle linebacker or your outside linebacker. He needs to elevate that number closer to 100. And then he should be at 140 with assisted. That's where he should be. That's why we're always mad at him, because he does not hit the pinnacles we know he could reach.
Yeah. And see, and I keep telling people he's not a Mike linebacker. He's not.
He's never been. He's never been. His college career, when he first started off, he had Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly, so he never had to be in that position. He's never been a Mike linebacker.
Yeah.
So
never been a Mike linebacker.
Was trying to. That's like trying to force a left tackle to play right tackle. We done seen people do it in the NFL, and it did not work.
It don't
work.
None of
that. That's your natural position. That's your natural position. You can't let a man play all these fucking years one fucking way and then say, hey, since you was a kid, I know you played this position, but we need you to play this one now. It's not going to work that way. I saw Big Cat. He loaded something about a Javion Clowney and shit. And I was like, now you getting your hopes up, Big Cat. I ain't want to tell him that, but I was like, Javion Clowney will be a nice pickup. I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a hometown thing if he do decide to do it. But at this point, like, these bodies that we keep piling up now signifies they're not going to go and make a big splash on the edge rusher like Jadeveon Clowney. If anything, they'll draft a guy and bring him in and provide more pass rushing. But from looking at all these multiple bodies at D tackle that they steady racking, that's 3 D tackles in 2 days that they done put on this team to go along with McCall, with Derek Brown, and all these boys that's already here. So somebody gonna be the odd man out. You can only keep about, I think, 5 of these guys on the roster when it's all said and done. So it's gonna be a bunch of cuts.
So it's gonna be a bunch of cuts, but it's also gonna be fresh legs. They're gonna have rotations of motherfuckers staying fresh. And that's a problem when it comes to the offices that's trying to play against these guys. These guys, they're gonna have packages where they switching in and out, and all of a sudden you got long-winded Derek Brown and not a you know what I mean? You switching them out, and constantly the quarterback is like, man, what? Because you notice the offensive line don't ever switch out. It's always
Yeah,
going to
you're
be
right.
that offensive line that's supposed to keep them safe and keep them protected.
Yeah, you're right. So
Well,
I'm
see,
telling you.
you got offensive line sets a tone. So therefore, they got the cadence. You know what I'm saying? The defense is always reacting, so they get more winded,
Mm-hmm.
and that's that. And then you got certain packages for defensive linemen. You know, first and second down guys, third down guys, third and fourth down guys, or all four down guys. So, and that's one reason why you switch out. Defensive linemen, but they're going a lot harder than the offensive lineman is, because the offensive lineman know the snap count, the offensive lineman know the cadence. So they set the tone. But I mean, that ain't here or there. Y'all say how many they carry? I think they carried last year. If I'm not mistaken, they carried like 7, didn't they?
Coming D tackles.
Yeah.
And didn't they cut a couple of them in the middle of the year and put them on the practice
Well,
squad?
because we cut your boy, the other guy from Kentucky. What's his name? It started with an H.
Davion Nix, and then Brave, whatever his name is,
They
Bravion
started with an A.
Roy.
Come from Kentucky. Yeah. Well, no, Roy Stay. Roy Stay. We had Roy McCall, Derek Brown. Who else was set as a D tackle? And I think God knows what's that boy name. I can he come from Kentucky. Him and McCall come out of Kentucky the same year.
I can't think of his name. Bravion Roy, Nixon.
See, all them got cut.
Mm-hmm. And all
But
we had left on the roster. Oh, DT Phil Haskins. Okay.
Haskins.
Yeah.
Then Haskins got waived. You remember? And then we scooped him up and put him back on the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So,
but it could be a dogfight this year over there, and that's what you want.
I'll take it, man. I'll tell you like this. I'll take it, because at the end of the day, you gotta understand that we are in just the beginning of free agency, man. Let this be known. This is what, day 2, day 3?
Yeah, day 3.
I believe
started on Monday.
At the rate that we going, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see other big names start to come here, because now they see the coaching staff, they see the culture is here, they see David Tepper has rewrite all his wrongs. This is now, once was a clown show, is now an attractive spot for people to come to, and they know with us having the number 1 overall pick, we are going to get a quarterback to solve the issues here. So they realize now with this coaching staff and a quarterback, and then these pieces that's been put in place now, the Panthers are an attractive destination.
Not even that. You're trying to set yourself up to be a contender.
Yeah.
So a young player is looking at that. He said, well, damn, these motherfuckers trying to win.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. I'm very excited about what's going on here in Carolina Panther land. And like I said, if you are here, you watch it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Please like this video, get us in the algorithm. Make sure that we get this thing going all the way up. I need the likes on the video. Please show that love if you haven't already liked. Make sure you also hit my dog Kendall channel. It's pinned to the chat. Subscribe to that channel immediately. Mud Ink Outlaws, he is revamping it. But I'm going to tell you what we're going to be revamping. The Panthers roster has been revamped.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And it's only the first official day of free agency. That's the shit right there. Technically, this was the first official day of free agency, and we already this hype. That's beautiful.
Wow. I mean, but look at the league that just shaked up. Like Aaron Rodgers went on over to the Jets. I mean, that was a surprise for me because I didn't think he was going to really do it. Then you got all these potential moves. Ezekiel Elliott just got cut from the Cowboys. I mean, there's so much stuff that's going on right now. This is an exciting time to be in free agency. Look at all these moves.
Well, look, as you just said, Aaron Rodgers is gone. Like the reason why I feel like we making the moves we making because it's clear the NFC is wide the fuck open. The time to strike is now. Cause getting to the playoffs almost means getting to a dance. You got Philly and San Fran. You can find a recipe to get past them. You can make it to the dance.
But that's see, Mike. You got we go. Let's get this division first. Let's get this division first, and then let's talk about that. If we get that division, we hosting a home game.
I'll take it because I like our chances at home with a young
Yeah,
quarterback and an elite defense and a run game that can get out there. We'll look just like
yeah,
Philly 2.0. It's
yeah. We
basically the
hosting a
same
home game.
design. Same design plan, bro. Philly 2.0 is what we just did. An elite defense, a run game. We actually got the guy from that Philly run game. I mean, come on, bro. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Then we
This is
hosting a
dope.
home game. Then we,
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because make no mistake now, we still got a rookie quarterback.
Come on,
Oh, I
King.
feel that.
Even though that's y'all guy,
Come
you
on,
know what I'm
King.
saying? We still got a rookie quarterback. He gonna go through his bumps and bruises though, Q.
You're absolutely right. This is what I'm saying. This is the only reason why I said that. Because I looked at the NFC and I say, who's the quarterbacks? All right, Jalen Hurts. Okay, then there's I don't know, Justin Fields. Like
Yeah.
who else is the damn quarterback that you're supposed to be worried about what they gonna do when you see him on the field? It's
Yeah.
the window of like we're not in the AFC. We ain't got the fucking Mount Rushmore problems with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Trevor Lawrence, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
behind them
We
Lamar
got a favorable
Jackson.
we got a
You know,
favorable schedule. We got a
yeah.
favorable schedule. I'm with you.
So,
I'm with you.
so being in the NFC, you like, all right, Jalen Hurts is over there. Even San Fran, we know what they did with Purdy, but we don't know if, I mean, we know they defense paves the way, and Kyle Shanahan is a genius for as an offensive coach. So you
Hmm.
take those two teams and say they are problems. Then you say, all right, Cowboys, Dak Prescott, I'm not impressed. Justin Fields, I don't know what he's going to do yet.
Hmm.
Daniel Jones, I'm not impressed. Um, Taylor Heineke, Desmond Ritter. Where's the problem? I don't see any yet. Maybe one of them jumps next year and be the next big thing. It just doesn't seem like it yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, man, this is going to make this all much more interesting, man, as we go out the rest of the week. Please make sure you keep eyes to the community. We will be posting what's going on. We will keep you updated with all the latest activity that's going to be going on in the Panther Nation. Make no mistake about it. You're in the right place. You're in good hands. The Black Cat Panther podcast is here for you guys. And I'm telling you what, I got a couple of surprises up under my arms, man, and I can't wait to unveil it. It's coming real fast. Look, just know that from here on out, this is going to be the place for you to be. You don't want to miss it, man. Your boy Dub Q is in the building, and I appreciate my guests out here today, man. Y'all fellas got anything y'all want to say?
Now
Keep
you said
pounding.
My dog, go.
Yeah, you still dub Q1, dog. Until we get that pick, you still dub Q1.
Hey, I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. Yes, sir.
All right,
So,
y'all have a
Big
good
Mike,
night.
I appreciate you, brother.
all right, Mike.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
You were gonna say something, go?
Yeah, no, I said, yo, you solidified it. You said it. The Panthers is doing what they do. Um, I can just tell y'all, go to Mud Ink Outlaws. Go ahead and subscribe right now. Look at those old videos. I got this new stuff coming. I got Daytona Beach coming, y'all. We're getting ready to make the site a little more appeasable for the eye, and then we're gonna launch it. So be there. Go ahead, subscribe, set that bell, that notification bell. Then you'll know when we drop it. Cause when we drop, you don't want to be last. We
Look,
got some surprises for you.
it's
Mud Ink
posted to
Outlaws.
it's posted to the top of the chat of the link. If you look, everybody, You can see it, Mud Ink Outlaws. Just click on it and go over there and do my dog a favor and subscribe to his channel. We're trying to run him up. Let's run him up and show him that love, man. The GOAT is always faithfully here. So let's show him that love, man. I appreciate you guys.
No doubt. Let's say I'm right there with Mike. Keep pounding.
Yes, sir.